The reality on the ground, of course, anything but de-escalation at this point. The United Nations sounding the alarm after its peacekeeping positions in southern Lebanon were hit twice in 48 hours. Now, the latest incident happening Friday morning with 2 peacekeepers injured in explosions close to a UN observer tower that just hours after the UN's peacekeeping chief said the safety of UN peacekeepers in Lebanon was increasingly in jeopardy. A UN observation post was hit by Israeli tank fire on Thursday. That incident, which also injured 2 peacekeepers, sparked condemnation from several countries. Well, the UNIFIL spokesperson, and that is the UN peacekeeping force on the ground, the spokesperson Andrea Tenenti, joining me now. And so it's good to speak to you. I have to ask, what are the details of the incident today? What happened?
Well, the last 48 hours have been highly concerning because of the incidents. 3 yesterday, 3 positions were hit by the IDF yesterday. Today, 1 position inside our main headquarters in Nakura was hit by, and 2 peacekeepers were injured, 1 more seriously. In relation to the last incident of today, we are still verifying the responsibilities. It's still not 100% clear, so we don't want to start giving responsibilities to what happened today, yesterday, and the day before. There were 3 clearly IDF hits on our positions. 2 injured yesterday, and 2 our bases
by
also.
What, sir?
Well, one was.
Hit by what?
Yes, the one where 2 peacekeepers were injured yesterday was a tank, a Markava tank. And the other bases, there were also shelling, but drones, and 1 cameras was hit, and also illumination of the base. And the drone was very close also to the bunkers where our peacekeepers were sheltering. Today, for the incident of today, we really need to verify it before giving more information. But definitely it's very worrying, because a few days ago, the IDF told us to move from positions close to the blue line. And we have 29 positions along the blue line, but the decision was taken to stay.
The IDF put out a statement after the incident yesterday, claiming Hezbollah operates near these UNIFIL posts. Do they? And are you concerned UNIFIL troops could be at risk from further attacks at this point?
Well, the attack inside our compound, the main headquarters of UNIFIL, it's pretty clearly marked area position, is the largest one, and the tower is pretty far from anything else. Hitting also the cameras of a position, I don't know how much has to do with other fighting force in the area, and the same thing for illumination and having a drone going close to the bunkers where peacekeepers are. So very difficult to understand why it happened. We are still asking for clarifications, and we said that this development is not only serious, but it is also a violation of international humanitarian law and Resolution 1701. So it's very serious also because, as I said, we were asked to move, but we decided to stay because it's important to keep an international presence in the region.
If this escalates, will you have to take the decision to move?
The decision will be taken not by the mission, but by the Security Council. The Security Council asked us to be here. We were deployed because of Resolution 1701 by the Security Council, and the Security Council will need to decide. At the moment we are staying, it's important not only to be present, but it's also important to ensure humanitarian assistance to the population. There are still thousands of people that are stuck in villages with very little left. So this is another relevant role that we are trying to play together with UN agencies, assisting UN agencies to reach certain areas that now they're very difficult to reach.
Part of the UNIFIL statement said, and I quote, "Any deliberate attack on peacekeepers is a grave violation of international humanitarian law and of the Security Council Resolution 1701 that you've just referred to." Do you, in reading that seems to suggest, but I want to just confirm this with you, do you see these as deliberate attacks on UNIFIL?
We also mentioned in our statement yesterday that was a deliberate attack. For sure, the position where the cameras was hit and then illumination of the base was hit. So we mentioned clearly that it was a deliberate attack to against our peacekeepers. Again, this is very serious, but what's important now is really to not only to ensure the safety of our troops, but for the whole international community to find a solution to this conflict, because what's happening right now is not only a conflict between Hezbollah and Israel. This conflict can really expand and become a real regional conflict, and everybody has a responsibility at this moment to try to find solutions to prevent a disaster or catastrophe to happen in the region.
How many peacekeepers have been injured, and what is their state at this point? Where are they and how are they?
Well, in the last 48 hours, we had 4 peacekeepers injured. 2 yesterday, they were not seriously injured, and 2 today. 1 is seriously injured in a hospital with shrapnel in the stomach, so it's more a serious situation. So 4 peacekeepers in the last 48 hours, and definitely this is a very high concern for the mission and for the international community.
Yeah. So I have to say there will be people watching this show who see the term peacekeeper as an oxymoron at this place, given what we have just been discussing, given that there have been discriminate attacks on the UNIFIL positions. What is the point of UNIFIL being there at this point? There is no peacekeeping work going on, is there?
It's very challenging. Our monitoring capabilities are very limited, but I just want to put to the public the idea of what would be south of Lebanon right now without anyone, no international community at all, not 10,500 peacekeepers. I understand the limitation we have at the moment, but no one reporting to the Security Council, as little as we can right now, but we're still reporting, and also assisting local communities. That's the most important part. The conflicting activities that can bring assistance to thousands of people in the south of Lebanon. I think it's still relevant. Difficult, challenging, but still relevant.
We've read out part of an IDF statement. I am seeing a number of statements being posted by members of the IDF from some of their press departments. What sort of contact do you have with the IDF at present, very specific? Are you in direct contact with the IDF?
Yes, the communication channel is still open, and that's what's important, and that's the positive part. The head of mission and force commander of UNIFIL, General Lazaro, is still in touch. The communication channel is always open, and this is not only with the IDF but also with the Lebanese authorities, and it's still aimed at de-escalating the situation. But as I said, the situation is very difficult right now. Challenging, monitoring capabilities very limited, but communication is still ongoing.
Right. Just how concerned are you? I mean, I'm going to close with this. Given that there is a clear goal by the IDF to go after Hezbollah assets wherever they are, and they have been warning residents across southern Lebanon to get out if they are close to Hezbollah assets or infrastructure. We've been reporting it is almost impossible for civilians to know whether or not they are anywhere close to Hezbollah assets and infrastructure. You have said, we've read out the IDF statement suggesting that there were Hezbollah assets or infrastructure close to or in the area where the UNIFIL units are. How much confidence do you have that you are going to continue to be a target at this point? I guess my point is very simple. The IDF have made Hezbollah targets their target, and as far as they are concerned, it seems your units are close to those targets. That must be a significant risk to you.
It's definitely a concern. It's a concern, and we decided in coordination with all the other troop contributing countries at the moment to stay. And it's also the responsibility and the obligation of the parties to ensure the safety and security of our peacekeepers. We are still here, and we are still hoping for a solution. The solution is there, as we mentioned several times. The solution is the full implementation of 1701. 1701 is there. 1701, the main provisions are still valid. What we do not have is the commitment of the parties, and the implementation is not up to the mission. It's up to the two countries. But definitely the concerns are there. But it's important again that international presence is there to deconflict the situation, and again to provide the much needed assistance, which is also an important role and part of our role in the south of Lebanon.